Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 9, and today we will proceed discussing about the other half of the questions and answers related to chapter number 1, that is what is democracy and why democracy. So in the previous class we discussed about question number 1, then question number 2, followed by question number 3 and question number 4, 6, 7, then 8, 9 and 10. So today we will proceed our class discussing about question number 12. So let us start then. So how does democracy in a country enhance the dignity of an individual? State 3 points. So how come or how is democracy responsible for enhancing the dignity of an individual like you and me? So regarding this we have to state 3 points. So let us read the answer then. Democracy is based on the principle of political equality. So all the citizens, whether rich or poor, educated or uneducated, have the same status. So number 1 point regarding the enhancing of the dignity of an individual states that it is based on political equality. That means in this point it is been told that democracy has given us the right to vote. So therefore we have been given the political equality. So as a result, what will happen, be it any individual, whether he is rich or poor or educated or uneducated, it will not matter. So all of the individual living in the country will have the same status. In this way political equality is given in a democratic form of government. After that, number 2, people are not subjects of a ruler, they are the rulers themselves. Now regarding second point, when we give the vote, that means we are not dependent on any other. So they are not subjects of a ruler, but they are the rulers themselves. So whatever the wishes or whatever according to their wish the people want to cast their vote to elect their contestant or participants in an elections, they can do it by themselves. So they are not subjected to a ruler, they are not under any ruler, they are the ruler themselves. Now next, the ruler has to rule or work according to the wishes and needs of the people. If the people do not like the ruler, they can change him through election. And number 3 and the last important point regarding the enhancing of the dignity of an individual states that whatever the ruler we will choose to work for the welfare of our people, so regarding that particular ruler, if suppose assume that that particular ruler is not capable or that particular ruler has not been able to make the people happy by his or her work, then of course what will happen as a result, if the people are not satisfied with his or her performance, then what will happen, when the next election will come, the people will for sure what they will do, they will remove that particular ruler through casting their vote in the next election. So these are the 3 points regarding the democracy in a way which enhances the dignity of an individual. Now move on to the next question. Question number 13. When does a citizen have an equal role in decision making? When can we say that a citizen like you and me can have an equal role in decision making? So answer is, if a decision involves many persons, discussions and meetings, that decision can be told in such a way that citizen will have an equal role in decision making. Because in a democratic form of government, what will happen, it will involve many persons, then many discussions will go on, many meetings will be held, after that only any important decision will be taken. Moving on to question number 14, what is referendum? So, regarding referendum, a direct vote in which the entire electorate is asked to either accept or to reject a proposal. So, this question referendum is related to the case study of Pakistan, in which it is related to then President who was Pervez Musharraf. So regarding referendum is a direct vote in which the entire electorate, that means the persons who will vote, the entire voting population will be asked either to accept or to reject any proposal. This is known as referendum. Now moving on to next question. Assess any three conditions that apply to the way a democratic government is run after the elections. Clear? That means we have to assess any three conditions that apply to the way a democratic government is run after the election. That means after the elections, how does the democratic process in a country runs? So regarding answer, point number 1, people should have the freedom to express their views. They should have freedom to form association and to protest also. That means after we have cast our vote, we have chosen our leader. After that, that same leader with the majority will form the government. After that, that country will be ruled by that particular leader chosen by the people. After that, what should be the scenario and environment of that democratic country? Number 1 is that people should have always the freedom to express their views. If we are happy, then also we should have the freedom of speech to speak, and if we are not happy with that particular ruler or the type of ruling that the government is doing, we can or we should always have that freedom of speech to express our views. And along with that, the people should also have freedom to form associations and to protest also. That means they should have that much of freedom of expression. Along with that, they should be free to form associations also and to protest also in their own way if they are not happy with the present government's ruling system. After that, number 2, country is governed by the constitutional law. Everyone should be equal in the eye of law. That means, suppose assume in a country of India where everything is set up by or set up according to the constitution. That means the constitution has made us to abide by it. So in that case, everyone should be equal in the eyes of law, be it rich or poor, be it educated or uneducated, or be that individual of any caste or religion. And number 3, people's rights should be respected and it must be protected by an independent judiciary whose orders are obeyed by everyone. So this is one of the most important point regarding the after elections scenario in the country. The other two was, number 1 was the people should have freedom to express their views. Along with that, they should have the freedom to form association also and to protest also. Number 2 was, if it is governed by constitutional law, everyone should be equal in the eye of law. And number 3 is, people's rights should always be respected and it must be protected by an independent judiciary. That means whatever the fundamental rights is given to us, that must be protected according to the constitution. Along with that, as we know that the judiciary is the topmost in order of hierarchy, all the individuals are to abide by the judiciary, which is independent in nature, and we have to follow whatever the orders or judgments are given. So along with people's right to be respected and protected, along with that, there should be an independent judiciary whose orders are obeyed by everyone. That means equal. Clear? So with this I will wind up today's topic here only. So in the next class we will conclude discussing about the remaining part of the questions and answers. With this I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.